If you have watched a handful of my videos, then you've probably encountered the theme, there's a whole bunch of simple-minded self-help pop-size stuff that drives Jay crazy. And it's true. It breaks my heart because I think it's so important. I think a lot of the ideas that wise and experienced people offer have a lot of value. But what about some background to it? What about telling us how do you get there? How do you achieve that? I mean, it sounds like a good idea. Classic, for example. Well, you got to believe in yourself. Great, wonderful, really good. How do you do that? Why do you do it? And especially, how do you do it? How do you achieve that? And that's one of the things that drives me nuts about this community of people who I think are mostly trying to sincerely help, is they will have achieved something powerful and important and kind of glorious, and then sort of say, hey, you should do it too, but the how is so murky. So I want to turn this idea of, hey, you should believe in yourself, and I want to turn it on its head, and I want to strongly suggest to you, you do not have to believe in yourself. Forget trying to believe in yourself. Now, you might be thinking, oh my God, what is Jay trying to do this time? I believe, as I've told you before, in a positive psychology / philosophical toolbox with a whole bunch of different perspectives and techniques in it. You need to develop your own, because no one idea or philosophy or 3 or 4 ideas will get you through this crazy thing called life. It's better to have a collection of them. They might even fight some of them with each other, but at different times and different places, they provide hopefully insight and motivation. So, when I think about believing in myself, I go back to, let's say, the early days, teenager trying to ask a couple of women out. I did not ask these women out. I didn't somehow, scrape together what it took to ask them out because I believed in myself. That wasn't the case. When I think about a university and sitting down to those big exams, trying to get through university, and get a degree and these kinds of things. When I sat down, sure, I might have had some confidence or some reason to believe in myself, but I can't tell you right now it's because mostly I just believed in me, okay? When I think about the early days as a stand-up comedian, those first few days or those first few times or frankly the first 100 times I went up on stage and tried to have these jokes and talk to people, it wasn't because I believe in me. Okay, and that story goes on and on. I am not convinced that believing in yourself or even how to do that is the ticket. It certainly wasn't for me. The idea of saying to someone, believe in yourself, well, how do I do it? Well, it's pretty much like winning the lottery, frankly. So there's not a really strong how to. Here's my point, and I do have one. And that is, I didn't do those things thinking about that I believe in me. I did those things because I believed there was no other way. No other way for me to have a girlfriend. No other way for me to get a degree. No other way for me to become a really good stand-up comic without pushing my ass out there and just doing it. So notice the profound difference. Well, believing in yourself sounds ethereal and unclear, and what exactly really does that mean, and all this stuff. If instead you have the understanding to arrive at the belief that there is no other way you're going to have a life. There's no other way. There's no other way you're going to be able to make certain changes. You're going to be able to learn about certain things. You're going to become better at certain things. There's no other way. It's a do or die, okay? It's not about new age. It's not about self-help. It's not even really about psychology. It's brutally practical. So for me, maybe not for you, but I want you to try this on. I want you to put this in your toolbox. I want you to think about it. I hope it helps you. For me, it has been gold. The conviction, the belief, like I said, not in myself, the belief in the simple, brutal truth that there's no other way. When I was deciding, because I do think I had a choice, do I walk up on those early stand-up comedy days? When I was writing my first couple of books, and I believe that if I didn't really have the conviction that there was only one way to do these things, there was no other way, I don't think I would have done them. And for me, and I think this says a lot about me as a person, and whether it's good, bad, wrong, right, I don't care in this moment. I don't think it matters. And that is, I wasn't choosing between having a girlfriend or not. I wasn't choosing between becoming an accomplished stand-up comedian or not. I was choosing between life or death. I was choosing, am I going to have a life? Am I going to have some fraction of the life I could have? Am I going to become some percentage of the person I think maybe I could become? What am I going to do? Am I going to let fear win? And so all of that for me really pushed me, and that idea, though, it really lit the candle, lit the firecracker of that passion, was the belief that there was no other way. It was do or die. So I want you to think about that. I don't want you to get caught up. Take a break maybe from trying to scrape together self-confidence or some of these things. I definitely am interested in them. I think there are ways to do those things. I really do. But today I'm just focusing on this pragmatic, simple tool, this adamant belief that there is no other way. And when you're making a choice between doing a thing or not doing a thing, you're not just making a choice between that small thing on that day. I think you're making a much bigger choice. And I really think you need to, in these kinds of moments, look in the mirror and simply say, do I want to have some version of the life I think I can create? Because if the answer is yes, then you have no other choice. This way or no way. Okay, so don't kid yourself. Don't water it down. It is that do or die. This or no way. And if no way, if absolutely not, give up, if you don't have what it takes to give up in that moment, then I believe you have what it takes to make those small changes that can lead to very big changes in your life. Okay, so I hope that pragmatic tip, that no wiggle room, no gray, black, white, I really hope that that do or die kind of tip can help you, that idea. I really, really do, okay? You either do it or you don't. There is no other way. No other way.